Am I online? Am I on? Right. So last week I said we'd have a look at getting a new car. But there aren't no new cars to buy. So the other thing I said we'd do is take a trip up to north, find out what's going on all the way up over there. So that's the plan. And that's what we're going to be doing this week. Not a lot of racing, just a lot of driving. You know, gone on a bit of an road trip. I've actually been getting a wee bit into Test Drive Unlimited 2 over the last couple of days. I've sunk, I'd say an hour, 2 hours over the last week or two into TDU2. The save file that I already had on there had about 5 minutes played before I actually got to it, and I still had the Lotus Esprit, the starting car, and now I have a Lotus Esprit and a Lancia Delta Integrale, but apparently my garage is full. We're not going all the way up to the top, we're going to collect some races on the way. But my garage is full now, because I only have a 2-car garage in that game, and I don't have anywhere near the cash to get a house with a bigger garage, because I've only got about 80 grand. So, hit a bit of a wall, you could say, on that game. Speaking of 360 games, because I know, obviously more recently I've changed my whole plan to focus mostly on playing PS2 and original Xbox games, but I'm still planning on getting to the 360 and the One soon. Ride 3 came out today, so, you know, I'll either, I might try and buy a beefier laptop at the start of next year, or, you know, if not, and probably not, because I've got a lot of passwords and shit saved on this one that I want to just keep hanging around. I'll probably see if I can get my dad to help me cram some more RAM in it, which would probably be more helpful, and seems to be the only problem I have when I look into the requirements for using Elgato and for having Firefox not crash when I have too many tabs open, is that I just don't have the memory for it. So that sounds more likely to me, to be fair. But just in case that doesn't work out, I do now have Need for Speed Most Wanted working on the PS2. I went and bought another copy. I traded it, more or less. You fucker, right at the end. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get past him, am I? Everyone hold your breath. Maybe. Maybe, just maybe. No, right at the end, of course. Fuck's sake. I forget what difficulty I'm playing on. I think it's medium. Oh, the screen's gone off. Why is the screen gone off? Alright, we're back. I don't understand why that happens. But it does. To be honest, now that I've shelled out £4.50 for it, I'd rather play Most Wanted on my PS2. I can't remember how much it cost me for the 360 because I ripped the price tag off it ages ago. But now that I've spent actual cash out of my own hand for it, I think I might play it on the PS2. I don't know. Nah, I'll probably play it on the 360. It looks better on there. Of course, I'll need the RAM first. Although I'll definitely still be playing this game into the start of next year, so who knows. Maybe I just bought a bunch of PS2 games for no reason. That sounds likely. That sounds like something I'd do. Oh well. They're not bad games, they're good games. So it's not exactly torture having them. Actually, speaking of bad games, while I was trading in my Need for Speed Most Wanted for a disc that worked, I picked up another game while I was there called Driving Emotion Type S. Now, I've played GT Races for the PS2, and that's a bad game. But Driving Emotion Type S is the worst racing game I have ever played. The cars will not even go in a straight line. That's the level we're talking about here. Also, you only have something like 3 or 4 cars unlocked at the start of the game, and none of them are quick enough to win the first race, or the first race in the row. And I've scrolled through a couple of the races that are open at the start, and none of the starter cars are good enough. So I don't know if I just have to get good, or what, really. Hey, I remember hearing at some point that one of the roads up here, they reused the layout for one of the mountain passes in Carbon. But I've got no idea which one. And there aren't that many different roads around here anyway, so we'll definitely drive it at some point. And I just won't notice, I suppose. Right then, here we are at the top of the map. We'll do that photo taking thing right after I've done the street X-rays just around the corner. And then, looking at the amount of time I've been recording for, that'll probably call it a night. Oh, it's a drift. Alright, decline. We'll just go straight to the photo taking, I suppose. What colour's blue then? Because purple is circuit, green is point to point, the light green is drift. So what's the blue? And I missed a corner. Oh, the blue is drag. Is it? Oh yeah. Well, I might as well do one race while I'm up here. I want to get a rear-wheel drive car before I do the drift races. Not because I'm a fag for realism, but because I do kind of want to move on from driving this Peugeot constantly. Just gonna wait till the next time I unlock a car for that. Oh shit! I forgot the buttons. Extra change up. I watched, yeah, speaking of being a fag for realism, I watched Jack Reacher last night, which is a film that a lot of people don't like because they cast Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher, and people are like, oh, but that doesn't match his description in the book, which I do not understand how that is a complaint at all. Tom Cruise is better than any other guy they could have got, and the Jack Reacher movie isn't even good. So, you know. Oh, he's supposed to be 6'6". That is the smallest brained complaint I've heard in my entire life. There's a lot more wrong with the film than that, I'll tell you. I need to save my nitrous, don't I? Oh well. I hate how you're on rails for the drag races, that's fucking bullshit. I could easily have slid my car between that truck and the wall instead of just driving straight into the back of it. Fucking homos. Oh, fucked up literally every gear shift that time, so we're gonna go again. 6 grand. Want it around 6 grand to start with, and then you shift it at 7 every other time. Or 7.5. Like that. Perfect. Now then. He's going to change lanes. Oh, shit. And I ran out of gears. Of course I fucking did. Nope. Right, this last time, if I don't win it, I'm gonna quit. What a fucking shit show of a start. I'm gonna finish even worse in this one than any of the other ones, aren't I? Well, let me change. Alright, I know I said I was gonna quit, but it wouldn't let me go to the left. 6 grand to start. 7.5 to shift. Get the fuck out of my way, you red Jew. That's funny because Jews are communists. Or Jews forcing communists into society. God damn it, I got closest on the first fucking try. This is bullshit. I didn't bring anything to say to this. We'll talk about anime for the last 4 odd minutes. Fuck it. I started watching High Score Girl. I still haven't finished Hellsing, but I started watching another show anyway. 1, because it was cluttering up my hard drive, and 2, because I'm going to be honest with you, the original Hellsing series kind of sucks. It's not interesting and janky and just I don't care. So I thought, well, fuck it. I'll try and keep my interest up. We'll watch a different show. And I can't beat this red fucking cunt. What is he even driving? Is it a Hyundai? It's not a Hyundai, is it? What is it? The red car. What the fuck is it? I'll block him. That's what we'll do. I can't fucking block him. This is bullshit. He keeps getting past. I don't know what I was waiting for there. Right. 6,000. And go. 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. 7.5. Come on. This is the one. This has to be the one. There we go. Okay. High Score Girl is also not... High Score. I'm going to keep saying High School, aren't I? High Score Girl also isn't very good, if you ask me. I think probably going to rate them both about 5 when I'm done. Although High Score Girl, admittedly, is a lot easier to watch. It's paced faster, I suppose. I don't know how to describe why it's easier to watch. It just is. It's got that weird it's got that weird 3D animation made to look like 2D animation that they used in there's a map. Alright, go down this way. That they used in like Freedom. If you remember when I was watching that. I still am watching that. Still haven't finished that. Although I am going to watch a couple more episodes of it after I'm done recording today. Although, just like with Freedom, I think they chose to use that kind of animation because it was cheap. High School Girl is definitely a cheap show. I'll tell you that much right now. And I don't have any connection to early 90s arcade games because I wasn't around then, and we don't have arcades in the UK anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am interested in a couple of arcade games, but definitely not all that into them. I think that might be a running thing in the family. Dad used to think, I've told this story before, and I'll tell it again. Dad used to think that the car in Outrun was a... Oh, fuck, I forget what model, but some kind of Ford convertible. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, not a big fan of arcade games. I mean, I know I'm playing in an arcade game right now, but I mean arcade games, not games that are just, you know, not simulations. Anyway, that'll do it for this week. I've got to record fucking PGR now because I didn't get around to recording this last week when I shoulda. So we're gonna have to suffer through some PGR when I've already used up all of my... Hey, secret race. Well, if I remember that from when I record this again next week, I'll see if I can come around and do it. But until then, we're done for now. I'm going to play some PGR. Or play, suffer through. So, that's the plan.